In 2025, crypto was supposed to be the rocket fuel powering Donald Trump's second term. A new financial frontier that would grow the Trump family's wealth in a way, energize his political base perhaps, and turn millions of traders into true believers of Trump. Instead, the crypto crash is now eroding that promise bit by bit for the Trumps and their followers alike. The Trump-branded meme coin has lost roughly a quarter of its value since August. Eric Trump's stake in a Bitcoin mining venture has fallen by nearly half from its peak. And shares of Trump's social media company, which began hoarding Bitcoin this year, are hovering near record lows. This sell-off is part of a larger wipeout. More than $1 trillion evaporated from the digital asset world. And according to the Bloomberg Billionaires Index, the Trump family's fortune has fallen from about $7.7 billion in early September to $6.7 billion today. According to Forbes, his net worth had declined $1.1 billion since September, and the drop is tied largely to the growing exposure to crypto. The decline coming as his technology company stock called Trump Media and Technology Group, which trades under the ticker DJT, dropped to $10.18 on Friday. But then here's the kicker. The Trumps have a built-in buffer in a way. So even when the prices crash, their crypto ventures are structured in a way that they can make money from fees and token sales, regardless of what actually happens at the markets and their prices. Take World Liberty Financial, for example. Trump and his three sons reportedly are listed as co-founders of WLF, which is a decentralized finance platform that debuted in September 2024. It has its own name brand token. The Trump family owns a store of the tokens that had a paper value of nearly $6 billion at the peak. In fact, today they are reportedly worth about $3.15 billion. But because those tokens are locked and weren't included in the family's valuation, the real financial impact is softened. And even as prices fell, the family secured major payouts from sales and corporate transactions. In August, World Liberty sold tokens to a small publicly traded company, netting $750 million in cash reportedly, and an equity stake. The Trumps walked away with about 70% of the proceeds reportedly. That's roughly $500 million. They earned about another $400 million from token sales before that deal. Trump Media also bought a large stash of the tokens, which have since lost around half their value. Another major bet. Finally, the Trump meme coin, the exact size of the Trump family's stake is not clear, but it has dropped about 25% in value since August. So who exactly is losing money then? It's the retail buyers. They are bearing heavy losses, particularly the Trump supporters who brought shares and Trump-linked tokens as a show of loyalty. They are now facing some of the harshest losses. For example, anyone who bought Trump's meme coin at its peak during Trump's inauguration weekend would be down almost their entire investment. What does all of this actually mean? It means that Trump may be losing money on paper, but his family set things up in a way where they still walked away with hundreds of millions in real payouts. The people who are actually taking the biggest financial hit right now are the retail buyers, many of them Trump supporters who bought in expecting to get rich alongside him. Viru, Garam Dharam, Dharam Paji, just some of the many names fans fondly remember Dharmendra by. The cinema icon, the legend, passed away at the age of 89. Tributes are pouring in from around the world. While most things about Dharmendra are common knowledge for Indian cinephiles, there are several aspects even his most die-hard fans perhaps may not know about him. Having worked in over 300 films in his career spanning 6 decades, Dharmendra delivered several memorable films, of course, but did you know that he also held the record for an actor with the highest number of box office hits? At least 98 of his films fared well at the box office. meaning the films recovered their investments, and a record 74 have the distinction of being called hits. Over the years, Dharmendra worked with leading ladies across generations, but the female actor who appeared in the maximum number of films with him is his wife, Hema Malini. They have worked in a total of 45 films together, out of which 31 featured them as the leading romantic pair. Their notable hits, of course, including Sholay, Sita Aur Geeta, Jugnu, Dream Girl, among others. The actor also has the distinction of appearing in several films opposite actors who have also featured alongside his actor son, Sunny Deol. The list includes Sridevi, Jayaprada, Amrita Singh, among others. Dharmendra and Amitabh Bachchan's performance in Sholay immortalized Jay and Veeru. But did you know that there is another connection between the two? Several films that Dharmendra rejected ended up with Amitabh Bachchan, including Zanjeer, Dawn. Dharmendra is notably the only actor to have worked with almost all the senior members of the Kapoor family, including Raj Kapoor in Mera Naam Joker, Shashi Kapoor, Shami Kapoor. He also worked with Rishi Kapoor and Ranbir Kapoor. He even worked with the ladies of the Kapoor family, including Neetu Kapoor and Babita. For those unaware, the Kapoors are regarded as the first family of Indian cinema, the first film family of Indian cinema. The legendary actor also shared a close association with singer Mohammad Rafi, who sang over 100 songs for Dharmendra. Some of them and some of the most memorable tracks, of course, are being hummed today and echoing across generations. While each of Dharmendra's iconic films have interesting stories attached to them, there's a particular one from Sholay. The actor was initially offered the roles of both Thakur Baldev Singh and the villain Gabbar Singh, but he chose to play Veeru. The reason was simple. He picked the light-hearted role as it also allowed him to be paired opposite Hema Malini's character. Dharmendra, a dedicated family man, was also the force behind the acting launch of his son, Sunny Deol. The first movie that his production house backed was Betab. That was Sunny Deol's debut film. And later, he produced Khayal in 1990 that also earned the cinema veteran a national award for Best Film, providing wholesome entertainment as a producer. But that wasn't his only contribution to the careers of his sons, of course. The cinema thespian also shared screen space with his two sons in movies like Dil Lagi and Yamla Pagla Deewana franchise, establishing the Deol family as a close-knit group of Bollywood. And the actor was also deeply rooted in tradition and shared a close connection with his agricultural roots. Even till his last breath, he identified as a farmer's son first, as an actor second. In his last years, the actor spent most of his time at his farmhouse in Lonavala, a legacy that lives on and a void that cannot be filled. Dharmendra's cinematic journey will continue to inspire generations. New details have emerged about the CIA's covert operations against A.Q. Khan. Former CIA officer James Lawler dubbed Khan as the merchant of death and mentioned that confrontation with then Pakistani leader Pervez Musharraf about Khan's role in nuclear trafficking nearly blew up US-Pakistan relations. In an interview to ANI, Lawler revealed how the US intelligence community uncovered Khan's global network supplying nuclear technology to countries like Libya, Iran and North Korea. In fact, he described the high-risk operations to sabotage illegal nuclear programs was carried out using fake front companies and compromised equipment and halt the spread of sensitive technology. He also revealed that certain Pakistani generals and leaders were on Khan's payroll, but he also stressed that individual complicity did not equate official state policy.
We did not imagine was that instead of domestic needs for certain high technologies, he was going to turn around and become an outward proliferator, meaning he was going to supply nuclear technology to other countries. And this was without Pakistan's leadership's blessings. We found that out later. This is outward proliferation to other countries. In fact, it turned out to be a whole host of countries, and I nicknamed Dr. Khan the Merchant of Death.
And according to him, when CIA Director George Tenet warned Pakistani leader Pervez Musharraf that AQ Khan was betraying Pakistan's nuclear secrets to Libyans and maybe others, Musharraf reacted explosively before ultimately placing Khan under years-long house arrest. Back in the 1990s, Iran's nuclear technology relied on technology originally acquired through Khan's network. Iran's centrifuges models, known as P1 and P2, were derived from blueprints stolen from European facilities. It also received ballistic missile technology and nuclear designs through Khan's networks. Lawler also warned that a nuclear-armed Iran could trigger a nuclear pandemic. It can spark regional arms races and greatly increase the risk of conflict. Who was AQ Khan? In case you're wondering, he was a Pakistani scientist who joined his country's nuclear efforts after India's first nuclear test in 1974. He had previously worked at Europe's Urenco uranium enrichment facility, where he acquired highly sensitive centrifuge technology. And upon returning to Pakistan, Khan founded the Khan Research Laboratories, developing uranium enrichment capability and playing a key role in Pakistan's 1998 nuclear tests, eventually earning him the US label of Merchant of Death. And Khan later confessed his role on Pakistani television in 2004. He was pardoned and placed under house arrest until 2009, and he died in 2021 at the age of 85. One of the most crucial breakthroughs came after the attacks of September 11. Lawler recalls the interception of the freighter, which was carrying hundreds of thousands of nuclear components headed for Libya. And when the US negotiators confronted the Libyan officials with the seized material, the reaction was silent, and Libya soon agreed to dismantle its entire nuclear program. To stay up to speed with the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.